This man was supposed to be the Pharaoh of Egypt, but he never was. And instead, he's buried in a random cemetery in Vermont. His name was Amun-er-Kipesh F. According to the story attached to his remains, he was supposedly the son of Ramses II over 4,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. He died when he was 2 years old and was originally buried in Egypt. In the 19th century, grave diggers, grave robbers, aka antiquities explorers, looted his remains and traded it to a museum. In 1886, a museum in Vermont acquired the mummy for just $10. But the remains arrived in such terrible conditions that the museum decided to put it in the attic rather than on display, where it remained for decades. Then, in 1945, one of the museum's curators discovered it. Could you imagine you're going up into the attic of your museum in Vermont and you discover an ancient Egyptian mummy? If the mummy arrived in terrible condition and is sat in an attic unprotected for decades, you can imagine that the museum curator discovered what just looked to be like grisly remains. And to make sure that nobody would loot the cemetery plot that the mummy would soon be buried in, as because per US law, you must actually dispose of a body properly, even if it's a mummy of ancient Egypt. So the museum curator had the body cremated and the ashes were buried in a random plot in Middleton, Vermont. Now, modern Egyptologists aren't convinced about this. The provenance, there we go, of the mummy is not well documented, and we're not sure if it was even an actual mummy, let alone the person we state it is. So even the grave itself comes with a mystery. An ancient Egyptian prince in Vermont, and we're not even sure of his name. Gosh.